my head's awful big. Well, hello. Let's see if this is working. All right. We'll start here, I guess. I'm Scott Hamilton, and I'm going to be streaming some gameplay from PHEONIX Point today for the next couple of hours. And while I'm streaming this, I'll talk about the origins of this this gaming genre. That this is basically a niche these days, but it was quite popular back in the day. And why I've chosen to do this is because PHEONIX Point is getting a year one release this coming week, and its first incarnations on PS4 and Xbox. So there's going to be a lot of people in the coming week that want to know, what is this game? And I figured I would show you. Now, it's a turn-based strategy game. Turn-based means it's like chess. One side goes, and then the other side goes. And that's the opposite of real-time strategy, which is what became the most popular strategy games for many, many years. Command and Conquer and things like that, Age of Empires, where things move in real time, where both sides are moving their men and doing a strategy game in real time. Turn-based is a more relaxed way of playing. Like I said, it's like a game of chess. And I have always enjoyed playing a turn-based strategy game before bedtime at night. It allows my brain to kind of focus on some other things, but also relax, because it's not quote-unquote Twitch-based. It's, it's a more relaxed experience because you go and then you sit back and you wait. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start playing, giving you a little bit of background. We are soldiers on a mission to rescue 3 soldiers and get everybody off of this map. And I will start playing so you have something to watch while I talk about all this stuff. So, PHEONIX Point is from a man named Julian Gollop. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Back in the early 90s, he made a strategy game called UFO Defense in other countries. In the United States, it was released by Microprose, and it was called XCOM UFO Defense. And the demo came on a single floppy disk, if you could imagine, back in the day. And me and my buddy Steve had so much fun just playing the one mission that was on the floppy disk. It was the game was like this, but rudimentary graphics from the early 90s, obviously. And it was one randomized mission. It was like a farmhouse layout. There's a house and a farm, and you would try and fight aliens. And every time you booted up the floppy disk to play the demo, it was different. The aliens would be in different places. The map would be a little bit different. And we played that for quite a few weeks before we realized there was more to the game. My dog wants to get in my lap. Hang on a second. All right, come here, Mickey. Here, how about over here? Cool. So, like I said, we played that game over and over and over, just the demo, until we found out there was more to a game. And that's what you're looking at here. One mission out of a larger game. The game has basically 2 modes. This is the main gameplay, where you land soldiers on a map and you try and finish a mission. You have so many points to move, and then your turn ends, and then the bad guys have so many points to move, and then their turn ends, and it comes back to you. You have a certain number of weapons and accessories that you can outfit your guys with. These are my guys and gals. These are my controls. These are the objectives of the mission. You can end your turn at any time. So the original game, much like this one, is you have a conflict with an alien menace, and you are given a group of soldiers, a basic base, and a flying ship to transport your guys around and fly missions. That's the gist of both games. XCOM, as you progress, as you finish each mission, you kill so many bad guys, you learn things, you research things, you gather up things they drop, and that gives you things to sell and make money. That gives you research to do, so you expand your knowledge of the alien menace, and you grow, and you build more bases, and you eventually protect the entire world. XCOM had many sequels. XCOM Terror from the Deep transported the series into underwater territory. And then for years, many companies tried to make another XCOM and failed horribly. They tried to make XCOM into different kinds of games, real-time strategy, first-person shooters. They tried all sorts of stuff to keep the XCOM brand alive, and they were all terrible for the most part. Other companies tried to do the same thing, to do the turn-based strategy game like this. With some had decent results. There were other turn-based strategy games at the time. I won't say XCOM created the genre, but the type of turn-based strategy game that XCOM in was a first of its kind for the most part. Why is the other game that came out at about the same time was never as popular? It's just escaping me. But anyway, it'll come back. This was all 93, 94 that the first games came out. So I played the original XCOM and XCOM Terror from the Deep for decades. I have played them ever since. Matter of fact, I still have those DOS games on my computer right now. I will boot them up and play them just for fun. Matter of fact, I should do Twitch playing one of those. The graphics are horrendous, but it's still a great strategy game. So I told you why I gravitated towards turn-based strategy games, because they're relaxing. You can like right now the computer's moving the other teams, and I don't have anything to do. One of the things my soldiers can do is set up, if somebody moves in front of it, they will fire on it, and that's what those cones that I put up, that's what those were. If anybody moves in front of those cones, my guys will shoot them, if they have points left. So that was their turn, now it's back to my turn. This mission is to rescue some soldiers that are trying to defend this. The difference between XCOM and PHEONIX Point, obviously decades of technology, but also the story is a little bit different. In XCOM, it was just aliens coming to Earth, and then it turns out they came from Mars, and the story got a little bit deeper. This is due to global warming, climate change. The permafrost burned off, and some ancient disease virus thing that we're investigating through the course of the game got out and started mutating all life that it came in contact with. So this is after some period of time where the mutations are starting to take over the Earth, and we're trying to take things back. So you human soldiers, and at times there are 3 or 4 other factions we're having to deal with during all this. They all have their ideas on how the Earth should be rebuilt and all that. And you kind of can decide who you team up with and whatever. So some of these missions, like this one, is I'm going to help one of those other factions with the menace. And there's a certain number of bad guys. And if I get close enough to the other soldiers, I can control them as well, like I'm controlling my guys. It's a very simple mouse interface. You basically move to where you want to go and right-click. I can set up my Overwatch, which is selecting an area to cover. This is his coverage range. If anybody moves within that, he will fire. My sniper guys, I want to get up on upper levels, so we're going to start moving them a lot. His height makes a big difference in the game. You always want to end your turn with your soldiers under cover. That was one of the things that brought us back to XCOM. If you've ever played the Dark Souls games on the PlayStation, they're brutally hard and you can instantly die. That's what people like about them, is that they're so hard and you can be killed off instantly.
I'll keep my eyes open.
And that was what brought us back to XCOM. In a mission like this, in a map, the original maps were blacked out. You could not see anything that you hadn't visited yet or could not technically see. And so you would have the map here, and then during their turn in this blackness over here where you couldn't see, like I can't see behind this wall, but sound tells me something is there. We didn't even have that in the old games. And you would watch in horror as aliens would step out of places like that, shoot your guys, kill them, and go back, and then you could get back to the turn and you would have no guys left. And you could literally lose your entire team in one turn. I'm playing on an easier level. That doesn't happen in the early levels of PHEONIX Point, but it is something that can happen because the higher levels you play, the game will pull no punches on you at all, and you'll know. That's awfully short. So then again, it's their turn. So anyway, back in the day with the original XCOMs, games. My buddy bought me the book, the strategy guide, and it was literally a couple inches thick. And I read the whole thing, a lot of the stuff I'd already known just by playing the game over and over. But I became somewhat of a XCOM is like the game. I've probably put more hours into that since 1993 or 4 than any other game I've ever played. And I still play it to this day. And I've always hoped that XCOM would come back with a sequel, a remake, whatever that would be worthy. Well, it kind of did. 2K Games got the rights and put out an XCOM and an XCOM 2, which is available on computers and PCs, and they're great. Do they still instill the wonderment of the original XCOM? Not quite, but they're as close as we've ever gotten, and I love them, and I've played a couple hundred hours in each one, and all the add-ons and everything else. So up until recently, we didn't have anything, and then we got 2 really good XCOM games, and I've played them on PC and on consoles, and I love them to death, but I've played them to death, and it's been a few years now, and it's time for something new. Well, there was an announcement a couple years ago that Julian was working on this PHEONIX Point that would be in the vein of his original XCOM game. That it would be turn-based strategy, it would be squad-based, you would build bases and all that kind of stuff. Let's go this way. And I got very excited, and I backed it on Kickstarter or whichever the GoFundMe things they were doing at the time. And so I've been playing every incarnation of it. And to be honest, I've never finished a complete game of PHEONIX Point yet, and I've been playing it, the full game, for over a year now. Because I like the gameplay of it, that I like these missions more than anything else, I will take my time in playing these missions and getting farther in the game.
Moving.
Instead of trying to complete the story like I do in any other kind of game. I'm not trying to complete the story. I want to play more. It's like, I don't know, playing golf. You just like playing the game. It's not so much about winning. It's just playing. So they would always release another update before I finished a game, and I would update my game, and it would change enough. The UI would change, or the story would change, or the aliens would change, or whatever, enough that I just restarted. And so I'd be a month into trying to complete the overall game, and a new patch would come. And so I'd start over and start over. And I don't mind at all, because I knew it's not quite a finished product. It's been out on the PC for a year, but they're still tweaking it, working on it. And they've been working on a console version for a while, which is finally coming out this week. Yay. So I played PHEONIX Point a lot, but I've never completed the game. So we may come back to it if this proves successful, and I will continue my journey through this game. But I wanted you to see a little bit about what turn-based strategy was and what this full game was like, not just these little missions. This mission won't last much longer, and then I'll show you other parts of the game. Oh, we were trying to go up, weren't we? I can't. We need ladders. We need ladders.
On the move. I got this covered.
Now, the silver circled guys are the soldiers I'm trying to protect. There's 3. If I can get within those circles, I can control them and send them to an evacuation point. There's the 3 soldiers. That's a bad guy. And we only know that because of sound. We haven't seen it yet. Makes sense? Okay.
Repositioning. Prioritizing speed.
Boom. Now, that soldier is under my control. And when it comes time for them to move, I get to do it instead of the computer.
I'm on the move. Right there.
So what I've always liked about XCOM and PHEONIX Point is I also really enjoy the base building part. You're given a basic base, and as you get farther in the game, you get more money, funds, and you do more research to be able to build other rooms. That's not a very good shot, is it? We will wait. you can add on to your base a research wing, more storage, more living quarters, more computers, more whatever, more hangars, so you can have more things that fly. In the original XCOM, part of the game was that you would have to launch fighters that would shoot down UFOs, and then you would launch a ship that had all your soldiers on it to go investigate what you shot down. In this one, you kind of all do it at once. It'll tell you where there is a mission you need to go, and you don't know until you get there what you're going to have to deal with, and you explore, and then it'll let you know, do you want to start a mission, or... And I usually go to those things prepared, so...
Cowards will perish.
So what happened here is... Looks like the soldier panicked and shot some of his other people. Well, this one's not injured. I'm going to continue to use her. Let's see. Let's try here. Oh. Costs a lot of points to fire that weapon.
Double time.
I haven't really played this map very well, sorry. I was too busy talking. I have a couple snipers, I have a couple guys with like explosive weapons. I have a couple guys with regular rifles. One person has just a pistol, but we just got laser pistols, so we're trying that out. So I just gained control of another soldier. What I'm going to try and do with this soldier, because they're injured, is get them out of here. At the corners of the map, these are where more bad guys will spawn. These are the edges of the map here. Gameplay will not go, and there's the evacuation point. Yes, all the way on the other side. And there doesn't appear to be any other evacuation points. So the goal will be to get those 3 soldiers and my soldiers to the evacuation point. One soldier was just killed, so now we're down to 2 to survive. So let's make sure we keep this soldier under cover and start moving them towards the evacuation point. Since we know the evacuation point is way on the other side of the map, we will move these characters a little faster across the map. Let's go up here.
Let's go!
Give you a better overview of what's going on here. This is an early... I'm only a couple hours into the game.
Let's roll.
I didn't start at the very beginning because it's slow going at the beginning for a reason. You have to learn the gist of the game and how it all works. So I didn't want to start there because that would be kind of rob you of some of that fun when you play the game, but also it's not the most exciting things to watch because the missions are very short, just to teach you how to do certain things, how to move your guys, how to equip weapons, how to go up in levels. There's a role-playing aspect to the game for all the soldiers, the more missions they're on. They earn experience points, they earn other skills. And these skills allow them to be better snipers or resist. You eventually get where the aliens can do mind control on you, so you need to have resistance to that. It sounds like it's very complicated, and it is over time, but it adds layers from it doesn't start with all that information, if that makes sense.
Repositioning. I'm on the move.
There's another alien over here. Ugh. Fun times. Like I said, I'm playing on a fairly easy setting, and it's still not an easy game. I have played Phoenix Point on the more difficult settings, and it is brutally hard, as it should be. If you think you can handle it, do it. like I said, I like turn-based strategy because, and it's not something I normally play this before bed for an hour or so. It just helps me relax from the day. As you can see, it's not a driving game. It's not a shooting game. It's just moving figures around on a board.
Ready to fire. I'm on Overwatch.
Preparing to fire. Steam just a bit off.
Doesn't have enough points left to shoot. So we'll complete this mission in a couple of minutes, and then you'll see the overall screen. The screen is a geoscape screen where you can see basically 1/4 of the world that you can move around in, do missions, tell your guys go here, there, see where your bases are, see where the other missions are, that kind of thing. And as you explore and unlock other missions, you see more of the world, more of those little icons pop up.
On my way.
Let's see if we can take care of this person. Seriously. Wow.
Let's do this.
You're seeing the different levels of how far you can go with points. If you see when I move on the map, let me get to the next person. All right, this is Amanda Lionheart Locke. You'll see down here in the corner, she's highlighted because it's her turn. You can see how many hit points she has. Will points is like how you can fight off the brain takeovers and such. How many movement points they have, any bonuses and that kind of thing. Sniper training, etc. That's all stuff you can tweak once you're outside of these missions. When you're in the geoscape screen, you can pretty much access any other menu and do anything else. Start research, build things at one of your bases, train your people, outfit them with different armor, outfit them with different weapons, give them experience points in different skills. There's a lot, and it's a lot of fun. I like the complexity of it. Some people will look at this and go, this is not really a game, this is not any fun. And I can imagine for some people it's probably not fun. But for me, I think it's great. I like to outwit the computer. I like to outwit the alien menace and whatever they have planned for the Earth. And what I like about the PHEONIX Point game so far, in the last year of playing it, is the storyline is not what you expect. Dealing with the factions is not what you expect. They've taken great care to not give you a generic alien invasion story. It's a whole different ball game, and it's very interesting. And they get into some large creatures and almost Cthulhu type. They had Cthulhu stuff as inspiration.
Ready to fire. Hostile down.
That was satisfying, wasn't it? And he still has time left to move. So anyway, what I was saying is when I'm given one of these soldiers, when it's their turn, as I move the cursor, it shows me how far they can go and still fire an aim shot. The next thing is how far they can go and still do something. And then the next tier of outline is how far they can go using all of their points. And that's how I can gauge. You want to try and leave your soldiers with some points enough to fire at enemies if they come in front of them or fire at them. That would be a tip I would give you. Always end a turn under cover. Now see, this is a good illustration of it. My guy is here. Within this area, they can still fire their main shot. Within this area, they can still fire their secondary shot. Within this area, they can move and still do something. And if they're lucky, they can move all the way to here. But that would take all of their points. Now, injured and almost dead, but rescued. And you'll see up here, I got 1 of 2 rescues. Done. So, we'll try and save the other one if possible. But really, I'm going to try and get all my guys out of here right now.
Advancing.
Well, that doesn't really work, does it?
Moving now.
So yeah, tips for either of these or any kind of strategy game like this: end your turn under cover, and try and end your turn with some points left open. I can't reach it. No, she needs to get under cover because she's almost dead. This is she or he? Yeah, Amanda. Okay. Are taking their next turn, we'll pop out and make sure Twitch is still working. Yep, looks like we're golden. What do you know? You ever look at your own Twitch when you're on? I guess a lot of people monitor themselves. As a radio guy, I try not to watch myself or listen to myself or anything like that. It's distracting, I guess. I do have one earphone in so I can hear what's going on in the game, and then my other ear's open. I can hear my dogs, my roommate, whatever. You will see what I consider to be real radio guys leave one headphone off an ear.
Zooming in.
That's so they can hear their voice naturally, without whatever effects or whatever. And my microphone, I don't run through anything. For my podcasting, for the Twitch stuff, this is just me, how the microphone picks me up. By the way, I'll talk a little bit about the computer I'm using and stuff like that.
Overwatching.
Playing XCOM and the original Doom and stuff, I had to learn how to upgrade computers. My stepfather was kind of a computer nut back in the 90s and got me an old 38625 PC that I had to upgrade if I wanted to get sound, if I wanted to put a video card in there. This is when video cards were brand new and the like.
Hostile unharmed.
And
Target
with a lot of
still
things in
active.
my life, I would just rather learn how to
no.
do it myself than pay somebody a lot of money to do it, if that makes any sense. I'm just,
I'll stay
especially
behind.
these days with smartphones and Google, if I don't know how to do something, I just look it up. If I don't know something in Photoshop or whatever, Twitch or whatever, and I need to set up a Twitch, I need to figure out, I Google it, honestly, and figure it out myself.
Moving fast.
You can pay people to do this kind of stuff for you, but why would I do that? Because then I can fix it if it goes down, breaks, whatever. Let's see what happens. That's what I thought would happen.
On the move.
Okay. This should be the last alien before I get the rest of these guys out of here.
Need to try again.
And that's why you leave guys points, so hopefully they can defend themselves. Basically, that is the ultimate strategy I can give you for any of these turn-based strategy games. You've got to end behind some kind of cover. I know I haven't done it a couple times here, so I'm not leading by example, but you want to make sure your guys have a better chance of not dying.
Hostile missed.
End your turn behind cover and with any points if possible. This guy should be dead by now, but we're going to try and run past him.
Dashing to the coordinates.
Because we're not doing very well. I don't think we have enough points to heal ourselves at this point, but we will next turn. Meanwhile, bye.
Oh no.
That helps. Nope, not enough points for that, unfortunately.
Ready to fire.
How did you miss? Really? And those are the breaks. That happens. You'll have a 96% chance to hit and you'll miss. But that 4% is still there, isn't it? A lot of calculations are going on behind the scenes about, that kind of thing, percentages and such. Well, that sucks. I really like that percent. Lost a sniper. That's not good. At the beginning of the game, you have you're given 6 soldiers, and that's all you have until you research enough to be able to recruit more soldiers. And in the beginning of this game, I lost one early on, and so I dealt with a lot of missions having only 5. Holy crap, they've escaped. I was going to say, we lost 3 this mission? No, we just lost 1. The little backpack icon will let you know that you can go over there and pick something up, if you so desire.
Who knows? This might work.
She was a new recruit, that's why she only has a laser pistol. She wasn't proficient on any weapons yet. She was the first person I added after that original 5 I told you about. And pistols really aren't a main weapon most of the time. They just don't do enough damage. This guy's pretty tough. There we go. Now, it's still showing glowing up here. I'm assuming this is where the 3rd soldier is, because I'm still missing one that hasn't gotten out. I can't believe I lost a couple of people.
On the move.
As you see, nothing happened because there are no aliens on the screen at the moment. So let's see if we can go up.
No time to waste.
Okay, I don't know what I was supposed to do here. It was lit up. she's dying. We're going to get her out of here. So anyway, the backpack icons tell you that you could go there and pick something up, but if you win the mission, it will pick up all the stuff for you. So there's that.
I hope I get them.
Moving out.
So I don't know where the other soldier is. They were all in the same place. That area is still glowing, so I haven't been there yet, and I don't really want to backtrack that far, but why not? Since we're all here. So, like I said in the beginning, there have been a lot of turn-based strategy games. Probably the most famous turn-based strategy game is Civilization, which is up to Civilization 6 now. Turn-based strategy games, to me, have this attraction of just one more turn. You know, I want to get a little further in the game before I go to bed tonight. I want to get a little further in the missions. With Civilization, you start basically at the Stone Age, and you build your civilization up to a space-going race.
Hope I can find cover.
And you do it through
Smells like
turns.
trouble.
And you learn language, books, armor. You know, you continue
Smells like trouble.
grow through the years. It's very, very addictive. And XCOM and Civilization were probably my two go-to games for bed most of my entire life, at least since the early 90s. I remember a buddy of mine showed me Civilization 1 or 2, which were, again, floppy, DOS-based games with terrible graphics, and said, you may not want to start this because you'll be here a while. And he was absolutely right. I was there for hours.
I've got to be quick!
And I will do a Twitch on playing Civilization. Really love Civilization, and for people that are like history buffs and stuff, you may really like it.
I'm going.
Because it has a lot of basis in reality, and it's got a lot of humor in it too.
Moving
Always
forward.
narrated by somebody good like Liam Neeson, so you can enjoy the game from that aspect as well. There is a new game that is real-time strategy coming. Called Evil Genius 2, and I should do a stream on Evil Genius. Evil Genius was a game that came out about 16 years ago. But it's like this, except real-time. Everything's moving constantly. And you don't so much do missions, but you build bases and such. You build a base and try and carry out nefarious deeds around the planet to be a bigger evil genius. And it's taken him almost 16 years to make the sequel finally, and it's coming. And they just announced the other day that they have Brian Blessed doing the voice. And if you remember him, he was the Hawkman in the Flash Gordon movie. He was on Space 1999. He's been in quite a few other things. He's got that big booming voice, and I don't know how many video games he's done, but I think it's amazing. He's going to be doing a voice in Evil Genius too. So that'll be coming to this Twitch channel in the near future. So I still haven't found the other soldier I'm supposed to rescue. I think there may be a glitch. I don't see one. I see this person who's coming to kill me. And we will try not to die on our way out of the map. But let's see what happens. There's some great Japanese turn-based role-playing games where they take gameplay, just like any Final Fantasy or other role-playing game, except when it comes to the battles with the creatures, it's turn-based like this, where you go and then they go, instead of you just bashing, trying to kill the thing. And I like that quite a bit. And there are some great ones that we'll have to Twitch at some point. I'm trying to think of a few. There have been some very interesting Japanese turn-based games, too, where they'll take interesting World War II settings, but with steampunk stuff flavored over the top of it, and do it in turn-based. Literally, this can be applied to just about any game made. But with the advent in the late 90s of higher-end graphic cards, faster processors, and RAM and such, as things got more geared towards gaming in this industry, things naturally moved to more three-dimensional games, more action-oriented games, like the first-person shooters and online games we have these days. So we'll probably get points off for not getting both soldiers unless somehow we get this. I don't know where the other soldier is.
I'm on the move.
Unless this this person is the other soldier. What do you know? So we'll get a 2. One died. All right, so we cleared. That was one mission. We have been playing for 40 minutes on one mission. At the end, you get a stat rundown. People got experience points. These points will be added. One died. One was injured. I never told you about the computer I'm playing on, so we can do that now. I'm playing on a PC. I told you that I got a PC back in the 90s that I had to Frankenstein. And boy, that never stopped. This PC was bought about 8 years ago, a little bit longer. It was one of the first multi-core processor machines, and now there's nothing left but the case, the motherboard, and the processor. The RAM has changed, the video card, I have a couple of SSD hard drives now. Everything has beefed up this computer to be able to run older games great, and newer games not too bad. This is a brand new game. Like this is the latest patch. There's a year 1 edition coming out this week. It's coming to consoles, so you're seeing it, how it plays on an older machine. It's quite smooth, and they've done a lot of great testing. Not enough space in my aircraft for a new recruit. Oh, so I have to send them to one of my other. I have already unlocked some other bases, so let's send them to that one. Okay. So this is the planet, Earth. XCOM was the same way. This is the basis for everything you do. Imagine we are in a control room, and this is how we plan our missions. In this particular game that we're playing at Phoenix Point, when I started it, we started here. This was the first base I had, and like this was lit up, this was lit, and this was lit up. And I had to start investigating. And as I went, I found out this is a haven for the disciples of Anu, as this one is. This is for the new Jericho faction. This one has not been explored yet. This one has not been explored yet. And I recently opened up new bases. Like here's a base I can open. I can activate the base. But here's my guy. We just finished this mission. And we're going to go back to the base. These are all my people. And they need to be healed. So things move in time out here. It's letting me know that projects I'm completing, I'm doing research projects, I'm building things at bases. That's letting me know that that's all going on. Now, I have 1 day, 8 hours left in researching Pandoran evolution, which is the name of this virus that's mutating life on the planet. I have not been to the other side of the world. As you see, there's very few icons lit up. We started over here, and we haven't visited all these other places. I'm basically in this area and ventured out a little bit. Once you become friends with some of these factions, they will show you where their other bases are. Now let me show you some of the other screens before we start doing stuff. We have a base screen where I can see this is one base, the main Phoenix Point base. I have places where I can build other things. Build a store, access lift, fabrication plant, training facilities, medical bays, things like that. This is what's already built, how much power they're draining. Over here you can see that we have a colony in the near area that we need to take care of. We've got 8 soldiers here. We have 1, we can have 2. We have no vehicles at the base, and we're using 12 of the 20 power points. I have other bases I have unlocked. They are in the process of building up and repairing. Like this one doesn't have any people or anything in it yet, but I've repaired everything and got it running. So it's ready to populate. This is one that I recently found, and I haven't really done much anything. I'm repairing the fabrication plant, but it's well, you can turn it on. It's running, but that's about it. And this was the base where we sent the person, and I have to repair some things to make it work. So now that's going to take 3 days to repair. So this is all the stuff you can access on the base screen. You can see the different things, the tech. These are basically the resources to build other things, materials, and food. My production capacities, my research labs, how many soldiers I have versus how many I can have, limits of vehicles, limits of aircraft, storage space, the surviving human population. If it falls below 5%, you lose the game. And as you see, is this will progress. Right now, we're way down here. On the personnel screen, this is where we can see all of our personnel. This is where we'll be able to recruit people later today. This is where we see soldiers who have died. Yeah. The red means they need to heal these things, their stamina and their hit points. This is where we can put them on different planes or different bases. This is the symbol for they need to level up. This is the symbol that they're empty and need more ammo. So you can double click on each one. You get a screen where I can see all of their powers. If I spend 15 points, I can get the quick aim skill. I can train in a new class. There's some other skills I can't do yet. I've already opened up extreme focus and sniper training for this person. So we need to get this person a sniper weapon at some point. And you can build those under the manufacturing screen. But right now, since they're a noob, I told you willpower is a very important set of skills that you'll need later on in the game, because they get mind control abilities, and if you have low willpower, your soldiers will get mind controlled and used against you. So we up the willpower early in the game as much as possible. He could be a brawler, he can let out a war cry. We can't do some of these other things, but again, low willpower will bite us in the butt later in the game. So up that willpower early in the game, if at all possible. Needs some more health stuff. Needs another grenade. These two characters are in are not on the ship, but went up levels, so we can help them be better peoples, better soldiers. And they would make good replacements if anybody died on missions on the other. The Manticore, the ship you're given in the beginning, only has room for 6 people. But you will build others later that can handle more, and you'll have 8 people on a ship. Which is important when you go to some of these missions. They're pretty tough. Some of these have been really tough, actually, and the more people you have, the better chance you have of winning. The research screen. This will go on in the background as long as you have a research building at least one of your base. The more research buildings you have, the more scientists are working on the projects, and the faster they will get done. I'm investigating Pandoran evolution. I'm still a day, 8 hours out from finishing that. Basic bionic technology is 3 days, 16 hours out, and I have to destroy a colony to be able to research more about the colonies. These are some of the things I've completed already. Autopsies of creatures I've killed. Archives I've run across. Bits from the story. So I've already uncovered these things. And like I said, I haven't been playing that long. These are also some of the aliens that I've been up against so far in the first few missions. One thing this game has over the XCOM games is there are a wider variety of creatures to go against. Much more depth in that area. This is your manufacture screen where I can queue up and build certain things as long as I have enough money to do so, or enough power or whatever. This is where if I need more magazines for this type of weapon, I have 4 in stock. I need to make more. I've got 3 for this one. I've got 2 for this one, right? 13 for this one. So if you're ever out of ammo, this is where you come to make more. And when you learn how to build new weapons, this is where you come. Most of the things that are grayed out is because I don't have enough money to buy them. But we can also scrap items that we don't need and make money off that. You will do that. You can also build armor, vehicles, etc. The diplomacy screen is where they will ask you to do things for them. Obviously, I'm only doing okay. I passed 20% with these guys, so now they're 27% supportive of me. Over here, the Disciples of Anu are 20%, and New Jericho's not happy with me at all. But I don't want to talk too much about the storyline and that kind of stuff because I don't want to blow that. When you see me play the game, you're seeing these missions, so you're not getting the. I will show some of the story as it goes. I don't go to the Wikipedia for the game very often, but you should, especially those that are new to turn-based strategy or games of this type, because all of this stuff gives you a little more information about what your soldiers can do, right? And the more you know, the better you'll be in battle. So you can go through here and read everything that you've discovered, run into, researched. It's all here, right? And you can get into the minutia of the game if you wish. Like I said, I've been playing this game for over a year, so I kind of know about the factions and such. But if you pick up this game on a console, it should play very much like this. The XCOM games do. When they made they had to simplify them in the beginning, like XCOM 1, the original new version of XCOM that came out 8-10 years ago, PS3. When it made the jump to consoles, everything was menus and stuff were a little bit more simplified. This one, I don't know. I think it'll be very much like it is. PS4 and Xbox current versions are more like PCs and can handle this kind of stuff. I don't know how you do it with a controller. I guess it's kind of like a tab option. So I've showed you the basics of the screen. We're going to do some gameplay now. As I said, we just got back from a mission. My guys have to heal, so I let the timer run. And now new recruits are available. These are my intelligence reports. You saw that in the background research was being done. This gives you the research. And you can look at the detailed analysis if you want to know everything about these creatures and where you want to shoot them. They don't have much armor on their arms or their legs. There you go. Well, that arm has armor. So you saw the flash that personnel are available. So that's when you go into the recruit section. And here's 2 recruits, but I have to make sure I have enough food to buy them. They're usually first level characters. And so we pick those 2 up. And now they can be added to any of the other bases or to the craft I currently have. Like, I guess I could go ahead and show you. These people, if I had a mission I need to go do right now, I can take these people off the ship. And they can sit in the base and heal. And then I can add these people to the show. And they can take their place and they can earn points. They can become more powerful. So this is a brand new recruit, haven't given them anything. If you see the little yellow icon, it means they're not proficient. They can still use the weapon, but they're going to get points against them when they shoot. So you want to find something that in the beginning they can shoot, and there usually isn't a whole lot, unfortunately. So that's why you saw the other person started with a laser pistol. I need health. And I can't make any more right now. I don't have enough resources, but I need more health. Did we have any armor? I'm going to have to build some armor too. Wow, this guy's pretty. We're going to send you into the world with not a whole lot. Sorry, Alex. right, so at least the people on the Manticore, the 6, are all equipped now and are all healthy, so they can go do something. You're seeing the bars at the top of the research and the bases. That means things are going on there. This is currently under repair, so that will kind of let you know when things are done. The same thing with research. That bar kind of correlates to that bar and will let you know when that particular project's done. Plus it will flash up here. Right now it's giving you a heads up that that's happening. So, as we've gone to some of these other... I need to take out a nest, but I just put a couple of pretty low-level characters. They need to get up to speed. So we're going to go investigate some unexplored sites and see what we can find. And while they're there, they explore. And wait, all this takes time. The fabrication plant is now repaired at Phoenix Storage 2, one of those other bases I showed you. Once we explored this, it turns out it's disciples of a new base. And they're semi-friendly with us right now, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, see, that let me know they're under attack. We're close by. This red bar will go around the base, and if I can't get to it before it completes, the aliens will usually win. I'm going to stop exploring here and go over here to help. When there's an attack going on, it gives you have a medium level threat. It's daytime. Who your enemy is, Pandorans or the mutated alien creatures. It'll also tell you if there are other soldiers you're having to fight against, one of those other factions. The good and the bad of what's coming up, your objectives are what you're going to have to do and what you're going to get out of it when you're done. Right? So we have to eliminate the threat, protect as many civilians as possible, and get a reward from the Haven. Pretty cool. Then it will take you to this. If you saw something in there that you need to re-equip one of your guys, you need to give them something else out of their backpack or whatever, you can do that. If you had other stuff waiting. They can only carry so much. That's his encumbrance number. If we go over 21 units, he won't be able to move. He'll have to just stand there. So anyway, I've already set everybody up. Just tell them to deploy. Then the game randomly creates the map. In the original XCOM game and the games that came after, different companies flirted with either custom designing the individual maps or making random maps. Now, the original XCOM and XCOM Terror from the Deep were totally random. It was a grid-based system. Little blocks made up your thing. And so they could move, they could move the plants, move the trees, move the buildings, whatever kind of map was loading, they could change it. It was randomized, and those things were put together. So every time you played the game, every time you played a mission, even if it was the same kind of farmhouse mission or on a ship mission, it would be different. Things would be laid out differently, and that was always interesting. When 2K Games made the modern XCOM games, they designed the maps, which gives you a finite number of maps in the game. I like the games that randomly generate the maps because you have an infinite number of possibilities for as long as you play the game. You can stretch out the games to play almost as long as you want. In the XCOM games, they built in stories that end. And the original XCOM game had that too, but you could not play like some of the story missions and just keep playing. They just keep playing. The XCOM 1 and 2 of current days basically force you to finish the game at some point. No matter how many hours you're in it, you will have to play some story missions, and those missions will lead you to things you cannot get out of. Where this game, I haven't gotten far enough, but like I said, I've never finished a game. I don't know how it ends, so I might be able to stretch this out to infinity. Who knows? So anyway, this is a different kind of map design. Obviously, there's a bad guy over there. As you see, we know that bad guy is over there, but it's not red. Red means we can see it and we can shoot at it. Gray means we know it's there. We've seen it, but it's not really anywhere we can get. So we're going to put this person under...
Here we go.
Let's try and put them behind some cover.
Moving to coordinates.
Yeah. Okay, we saw another enemy. Shit. And 3 enemies.
I'm going.
Things just got much more
Hostile
interesting.
spotted.
Now we've got 5 enemies on the screen. There's 3 over there. Holy crap, and he's standing out in the wide open. See, we should be paying more attention and not talking on Twitch. Oh, I also haven't shown... There are other controls. You can move the map around if you need to. If you need to see things. Now, these guys with the big weapons can't move much. Because their weapons are so heavy. Crap. There are no good places at the beginning of this map.
Moving out. Aiming.
Oh, that sucked.
Let's
Try
go.
to hide up here. Because like I said, you want to end a turn under some kind of cover. I haven't said anything about this. In the original XCOM game, when it came time to shoot, you had a couple of choices. You could do an aim shot. You could just do a quick shot, and you might get 2 of those off. With the modern version of this game, they've kind of refined it a little bit. I can just let him shoot, or I can zoom in and try and shoot it myself. And the cursor will show you that I have a really good chance to hit in that light blue area, and a decent chance to hit in the turquoise area. But I can target different body points. And what will happen if I hit? Alright, I did 20 points of damage and 1 point of armor damage. So here we will stay behind some cover. Snipers, you want to try and get to high ground. And hopefully some high ground with some shelter.
Making haste.
Oops, not what I planned. Jumped right off that building and now in wide open view of the bad guys. Oops, not good.
Moving
Back
to
in here.
position.
Okay. Alright, let's try and put them up there. Through the bush. I like the zoomed in view because you can really see if you're going to hit him or not. Now look at that big blue circle. I have a very small chance to hit this person. This creature. So we're going to do an Overwatch. And let them go. So we're an hour into the Twitch. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm trying to keep battling. So I was going to talk a little bit more about turn-based games. The idea of playing this kind of chess game with a computer before bed is just, I don't know, like I said, it's very relaxing to me, these games. And why it's easy to talk about this, I'm not really having to pay attention to what the aliens are doing. I've also played this quite a bit. I've played all these kind of games quite a bit. There are a variety of turn-based titles available these days with Japanese role-playing game like layered on top of it. There's some military-type action games that are turn-based. If you do a search on any gaming service, whether you're on the Xbox system or PlayStation or Steam or Epic or GOG or whatever, you can search by turn-based strategy, and you can find what games that are like this, and they're all pretty much a chess game. You know, there'll be a different story, different accoutrements to the game, but the overall gist of you having a certain amount of people with a certain amount of points to do their movements, and then the other team has to go. It creates you with strategic challenges that you have to, am I going to shoot this time or am I going to hide this time? Am I going to try and mind control? Am I going to try and get to a better vantage point so I can shoot better on the next turn? These are all things that go in your head while you're playing these kind of games when it comes time for each one of your guys to move, and why these different boxes pop up. It's showing me all of my different options. If I want to go stand right in front of this alien and shoot him in the face, I can, but there's other aliens around him who will take me out if I do so.
Ready for action.
So see that? Moved Alex to a higher vantage point. Now they can shoot down from above. And I can easily hit this person, this thing.
Succeeded!
Just not shot the arm, they had to drop the shield. What else are we gonna do? If they disable the legs, it can't move. Then it becomes a sitting target. You'll notice when I'm standing behind cover, you'll see a either a half-filled shield or a full shield, like that. That means you have half cover. That means you have full cover in that direction. So right now, this person has full coverage that way and behind, but not that way. So he's got a big, heavy grenade weapon. Has to do stuff like this. Red is where it will explode. White means I can't. Right? And with a grenade or an area effect weapon, you want to hit as many bad guys as you can hit, right? And you want to do stuff like that. Now, if you saw the stats, they're bleeding, they lost armor. This also affects their willpower, just like your soldiers. That's why it's good to have high willpower. If you have 6 guys on a mission, or 6 soldiers on a mission, and 4 of them die, the other 2 left are going to have some mental problems. They could panic, they could run, they could accidentally shoot one of their compatriots, they could accidentally shoot a bad guy. That was another one of the unpredictable natures of XCOM and the Phoenix Point games, is that that's also going on in the background. He's only got 9 will points, you know. That's pretty low compared to some of the others. If we start losing people, he could panic, he could freak out, he could, you know. So anyway, let's see if we did not leave enough points to do that, so we're going to move him a little more out of the way, since he's already taken some damage. Now, Roger over here, I was trying to move into better vantage point to shoot.
Moving out.
Gone. Okay. Mr. Overlord here. You can only see one alien, one bad guy.
Right there. Ready to engage.
Nice. That was good. Now, all those bad guys are damaged and bleeding, and as long as they're bleeding, they will continue to take damage each turn. You will also eventually be able to out-equip your weapons with a virus, and the virus will affect them, and they can do the same thing to you, obviously. Now, I wasn't paying attention. This person, I'm either out or they damaged my sniper rifle, so we have to switch to another weapon. But they're right in front of me and bleeding, so we should shoot, shouldn't we? disabling their head makes them not be able to make too many decisions and such.
Target's still active.
I'm just going to keep shooting. We'll even turn on Overwatch, so if that moves... Alright, we know there's an alien back here. And there's a bunch over there. So let's do this. Now what I'm doing is setting up an Overwatch. If that alien walks out, Roger will automatically fire. So now I've taken all my turns and it's time for the other side. These are soldiers that are helping us. The white circles. Anything red would be the bad guys. These are civilians we're supposed to be rescuing, but they're also soldiers involved, and they have weapons, and so they're fighting back to help us. And so the game is paused for me. I can't see everything that's going on. When I can, the game will show it to me, but otherwise you can hear things moving in the background. They all took damage from their wounds from that grenade that I did last turn. And if we were lucky, then this turn would begin and they would all just die from their wounds, but we do have more turns before that happens. But they get more wounded and helpful. Aliens usually have some advantages. They usually have more points to move. They're usually better shots. It's definitely an uphill battle with especially these type of games, XCOM and Phoenix Point. I do recommend, if you have an interest in playing the original XCOM, they are available for pennies, for really cheap. I picked them up for $1 at the sale. They're DOS-based, and it might even be hard for your computer to run a DOS Windows box, but my Windows 10 PC has no problems running them. And I have to turn down all of the speed settings on like how fast people move, because it moves too fast. It hasn't been fully optimized for current systems. But it would give you an indication of where all this started. And I will do a Twitch with the original XCOM, so you can see. It'll be short. I won't do it as long as this because you'll get bored watching these pixelated screens. But you'll definitely see where the idea of this came from. So one of the things that Phoenix Point does better than the original XCOM games, the XCOM games would target whoever's would just target kind of randomly. This goes quickly to whoever you have the best shot of, whoever you're closest to, and you can check it out as you go. Like I said, I do the zoom in. I can just hit shoot, confirm, and it will just shoot, but I like to see what my chances are, right? Chances were pretty good on that one. I'll just let him shoot. That's pretty disappointing. Again, because they were all damaged, they're easy to take out with something like a shotgun. Now, he's right out of viewing distance of these guys over here. So instead of moving him and losing the points, I'm going to let him guard that area with the Overwatch. Jordan over here is damaged, so we're going to switch to meds and heal. Stop the bleeding. Then we're going to walk over here and rescue some of these people. See, now they're under my control. I can save these people, hopefully. Why does he still have points? I don't know.
I'm on Overwatch.
It's above us. I was like, why is there a sound thing right here, but there's nobody there? It's because it's above us. This is a civilian with no weapons, so we're getting them out of here. Okay, Alex is up here. We want to try and get these guys. They're trying to come behind us over here.
I'm on the move.
Right?
Confirming target.
Do we have enough point? Oh, good.
Yes.
The game will also warn you if your grenade is going to hit friendly fire, which is a nice thing. It'll say, oh, you'll get a little warning. I'll try and show that to you here shortly. Oh, cannot
Need to try
believe he
again.
missed. Ouch. Let's go over here and hide. Early in the game, some of the aliens don't have weapons yet, so it's mostly melee damage that they will do. So you want to stay away from them, because usually they can kill you in 1 or 2 hits. They're bigger than you. Died from damage? Nice. So there's only a few Pandorans left on this map. You can hear them in the background there. One of the things that hasn't happened yet. Some of the Pandorans can emit a cloud to obscure your view. They seem to shoot pretty good through it. We can't. You don't even be able to target usually, which makes it a little more difficult. Like this person, this alien, this Pandoran is in this fog and was able to shoot at this guy up here, but he cannot see it as a target. Crazy, right? I'm gonna move him over here. He's got half shielding there. So next turn, hopefully he can shoot. We're going to move him farther down this way so he can take a shot. If the alien, the combatant, comes out of that fog.
I'll keep my eyes open.
I'm going to try and rescue a few more people while we're here.
Moving to position.
I don't know what we're trying to fight against here. Okay, so this civilian's now under my control. Let's get them evacuated. I'm gonna move Alex a little farther down here so he can be ready for anything that comes out of that fog. No, no! That was an accidental mouse click. That's a new thing with the latest patch. You didn't used to be able to do that, actually.
Moving to coordinates.
But people I saw on the forums were asking if they could target things like walls, cover items, things like that. And I think that's why they changed it. I can target pretty much anything in the game. It used to be you could only basically target combatants. We won the mission because the last Pandoran left. We lost a person, another person was injured, but we were able to rescue some people and get some stuff. And stuff is important if you want to build more bases and more stuff at your base. An hour and 20 minutes into my second Twitch. I hope you're having fun listening to me babble about this game. It's coming to Xbox and PS4 this week. I don't know if there is a PS5 upgrade. I haven't looked. I will eventually get it on the consoles because I'm supporting the game.
There are some who still cling to the sins of the old world. Even now they are consumed by greed, thinking that if they hoard enough, they will survive the coming changes. These brigands have attacked many of our havens, and those of others also. Let the judgment of the dead god fall upon them.
So that's the Anu, one of the three factions. Should we cast out the heathens or think about it? We'll think about it.
Very well. But do not think about it for too long. judgment.
And you can see how that plays out. Here's the disciples of Anu. They're friendly because I'm still listening to them, and I can find the mission they just gave me. They've asked me to do a mission against them, the New Jericho people here, and I can accept that, and that mission will be added to my screen. These people want to do a sabotage mission against them, and I could accept that. So obviously, if I work with them, I might alienate these two. If I work with them, I'm going to alienate this one. So depending on how I want things to go. So we protected that base and has a population and operating range, and now that they're friendly with us, it'll help. This is one I've been to before. This was a new one that popped up that I haven't investigated yet. This was the second base I found. It's kind of sitting there waiting for more people. So we're injured and we're low a person. So I don't usually go on missions that way, but this was on the way home. And we picked up a +30 for our food up here by finding a grocery store. So we're going to go back to our main base. We're going to restock our manticore with peoples and let the other people heal. Return fire is one of the skills I would say add early on. Just what it says. Shoot back at an enemy when it attacks, provided the soldier is using a direct fire projectile weapon with proficiency and the enemy is within half perception range. Perception was, again, I showed you how the different levels of how far a person can move. Perception is, can they hear them, can they see them, that kind of thing. Half perception is they would know where it is and be able to target it. If the bad guy shoots, he will automatically shoot back. You definitely want that. And we will use the rest to beef up the willpower, which I said becomes important later in the game. This is a new person that needs a weapon and needs some stuff, doesn't have any stuff. And we don't have anything at this base, really. So we'll give him a laser pistol and a grenade, and I've got to make more medical stuff. Can we do that yet? We can. All right. In our main base, we now have some. I thought we just did this. Oh, there, and there they are. I can actually do that from that screen, by the way. It said I needed ammo, don't I? Do I not have ammo? This is the laser pistol. Is this not the laser? Nope, that's a laser assault rifle. Oh, sorry. Shotgun, not proficient. Assault rifle, not proficient. Gauss rifle, not proficient, but we'll give it to you anyway. And it will give me a warning about that. But Judge can get proficiency in it. Added a farsighted skill. That's 2 points to our willpower and gives us a farther perception range. Be able to shoot things farther away. Try and spend as many points as I can when they earn the points. So that's telling us they have a weapon that's not proficient, but we're not going to send Judge on any missions just yet. So while all of these people are healing, we're going to take this this first level character out. Oh, actually, I guess we can leave them in there. And we're going to put them back now that they're fully healed. Other two are not fully healed yet. So that gives us a full plane for the time being. I'm gonna wait here a minute for people to get healed up, maybe some more research to go on. The other factions are doing their own things. They go around.
Research complete.
I finally, that long-term project of the Pandoran evolution. Hope you read all that. Let's go see what's... Oh, we're not quite done healing yet. If you see down here. Boom. Everybody's fully healed. Let's go over here and see what this is. This is also a mission that the Anu have added. It's a story mission. And it's one that will continue to endear me towards them, but I don't know how much I want to be friends with them because they're kind of strange. All right, we're going to get a little bit of story here.
So, New Jericho continues to expand its military capabilities, this time with a new class of soldier. The technician, robotic arms, cranial input hubs. It all sounds very impressive, and we are not exactly opposed to this development. But we do wonder, when is New Jericho going to invest in anything other than war? Yes, we need to achieve some kind of peace. And we in Synedrion aren't unwilling to fight. But winning is more than just building the biggest army. To win, we need a functional infrastructure. We need people who can plan. We need a system that works.
All right. We were going to still figure this out, right? There we go. A few more places we haven't visited yet. We'll explore them, see what they are. Oh, this is the overrun mission. That was what she was just talking about. That timer is how long I have left to hit this mission. 9 days, 17 hours. And it'll go away. At the site of what used to be a lake, our operators discovered an unsettling sight. Do we dynamite the site and lose stuff? Do we contribute to the research? Or do we do nothing and let it go? What do you think? Why not blow it up, right? Ah, we repaired a satellite uplink at one of the bases. That will extend our reach of finding things. Each base has a certain range, and where my ship is has a certain range. Like here would uncover more things in the range once I find things, that kind of thing. There's a base that hasn't been unlocked yet. If I have enough resources, I can. Okay, we've encountered a large group of Anu pilgrims following the path. Do we want to help them or just let them go? Well, I like action. So we help them. I thought we'd actually have to play the mission. And see, they just unlocked this up here, which is a new mission called Frozen. So this is a base I can activate. These are the costs involved, the things that need to be repaired. The more we do this, the more we take back the Earth. I don't have enough money to repair the generator. That's a shame. I guess we could go do a mission since my people are fully healed. This could be bad. Another research project finish. All right. This is one of those missions where you have no idea what you're going to run into.
In 2022, a group of researchers investigating an anthrax outbreak caused by melting permafrost in northern Siberia.
I'll be right back. Enjoy the story.
The PHEONIX project tried to find out what happened to them, but our resources were stretched too thin, and our allies in the Russian government were losing influence, so we let it go. All these years later, looking at these samples, I wonder, is this where it started? Is this the first outbreak? If we had done more, could we have stopped it? The genetic material I have recovered might hold the answers, but I'm not sure I want to know.
Are you playing for me now? Sorry about that. Mickey looked like he was going to grab the mouse and start playing, so you could do that if you want to, little guy. You don't have any thumbs, though, so it's hard for you to hold the mouse. So anyway, this has been my longest Twitch so far. I didn't realize I would have to go to the bathroom. Sorry about that. So that wasn't really a mission. What do you know? So you see this base has changed color, and as I earn more money, I'll come back and I will repair some of these facilities, right? And eventually move into it. I actually, when I was first playing the game, the bases were far more spread out originally. Okay, we can try this mission. And I didn't really unlock many bases, and the game was taking forever to just do anything. And so this playthrough, I've tried to make a point of opening up, reactivating more bases, even though I can't move into them yet. I don't have enough people. Every few days you can add recruits, and then you can send those recruits to the bases. And then once you have enough, you can start doing missions from those bases, just like I'm doing with this one plane now. Like I said, I'm still in the first few hours of the game. We're really not very far. I will have a lot more stuff in the near future, right? It said I had 6 of 8 slots. In this particular Manticore that you start off with, the other 2 slots are for a vehicle. Like the original XCOM game, PHEONIX Point, you will create vehicles that you can put your men in and then drive them across the map, protected, and then let them out. I didn't get far enough into the game where I thought I needed that. There's one mission when you first get them, they make you get in one, kind of. I like spreading my guys out and setting up like a chess, positioning and stuff. I'm not really worried about getting to a certain point safe and then letting the guys out. Maybe that will make more sense as I get farther into the game. So while it's loading, it's creating the maps and it's generating all the imagery. And so you have this. And like I said, each map is different. Randomized to a certain extent. This is not a big map. And the only thing we have to do here is kill all enemies. That is all we are tasked to do. So let's do that. Sometimes in the beginning of a mission, you can't move far enough to get under cover. It's a little difficult. So you just got to do what you got to do to try and protect your dudes and dudettes. We're equal opportunity soldiers here. So on this map, I have no idea where we have no sounds yet. We don't know that there's anything here. This is just a simple clean and sweep mission. You want to find the aliens, find the bad guys, and take them out as quickly as possible and not kill your guys and gals. When I say guys, that's a generic term for soldiers.
Target in sight.
Now, if you're really into
enemy in visual range,
this game and really want to customize it, you can go in and change each character. I can put different armor on them. I can change their looks. I can change their names. I mean, you can really customize this in many, 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 many ways. That was interesting. It popped back to that character. So you see there's 2 over here. So we'll start adjusting our
On the double.
movements to try and get behind them. There's also an evacuation point over there. So again, if I move here, you'll see down at the bottom, I would still have points left to access some of these things. Some of these other things I can't do yet. But if I go to here, that will use up more of my points, and I wouldn't be able to use, if that makes any sense. And so I'm choosing to send him further without having enough points left to do anything, rather than move him less far, but leave him points to do something which he doesn't really have anything he can do at the moment. He can't see the bad guys. It looks like there's 3 so far. 4. So far, enemy soldiers. They're not Pandorans. This is a team that's been... I think the objective said that they were attacking this place. So we're defending it.
Ready to fire.
It's pretty far off for such a big weapon. Let's see. Yeah, not a real good chance to hit. If the dude is going to do a lot of damage, but I almost always default to let them over... Oh, but they got a short overwatch because of this weapon. This weapon's like a shotgun. Crap. Okay, well, that's kind of
holding
waste,
position,
not really doing anything. He, on the other hand, slightly better chance to hit. See, the light blue circle is definitely going to hit, and the big blue circle, I mean, I can make sure I hit him here, but headshots like that. Let's move him behind cover. A little bit of cover there. Meanwhile, this gentleman, Nightshade, is on her way to getting behind these things.
Ready to engage.
Wonder how
Doing
far.
it?
Nope, not far enough, unfortunately.
Preparing to fire.
Let's do that then.
Right there. Ready to engage.
Not a good chance, unfortunately. All right, time for the other side.
Eat lead! Let's go then.
See, leaving him points at an overwatch. He fired when they came across his field of vision. Same with Nightshade here. And it's hit or miss on one of those Overwatch hits are going to be great, but I'm telling you, more times than not, in any of these turn-based strategy games, they have saved my butt. That just, it's an extra shot, you know, and every shot counts in these games. So I try and leave people with Overwatch points so they can return fire.
Holding position.
Well, only hit 1 out of 4 times. Not good. But a noob. I didn't realize you were that injured. This is where you have to decide, am I going to shoot first or am I going to heal first? Still 114 points, so unless they take a direct shot, we'll probably survive. And that probably doesn't leave me enough time. No. If I can move Jordan to some better cover, I would, but we can't, so...
Right there.
Almost dead. We'll probably die next turn from injuries sustained. Not enough points to do anything else, so we'll wait. Alright.
Target down.
Another one down. And you see the -2 will points that I told you. You got to beef up those will points early on. The bad guys are losing will because they just lost more guys. The more your will goes down, if it drops down to 0, you're going to do things like panic, which means your character will run and randomly shoot, or go berserk and just start shooting, and could shoot good guys, could shoot bad guys, could shoot anything in the area. So willpower and will points are very important to this particular game. The more damage your squad takes, the more it will come into play. These basic mechanics are all on. Did we really lose somebody? Yep, and see, all of our will points went down. The basic mechanics are between all the XCOM games and this Phoenix Point game are all the same. You know, the UI might be a little bit different. How the story plays out might be a little different, but it's still groups of soldiers, certain amount of points which they can use to do things. Repeat. And in a typical game, there will be hundreds of missions like this that make up the entire game. Hundreds of missions. With each time, the aliens or the bad guys getting better equipped, smarter, more powerful, and you are too. So it's kind of a race. It's kind of an arms race, if you will, of each side trying to research faster, learn faster, grow faster, become faster. You know, everything you can do to try and keep up with the other side. And like I said, I'm currently playing on a fairly easy setting of this game because I wanted you to, you know, it is uncommonly brutal on the higher settings. I talked at the beginning of this about the old days of XCOM when you would have a map like this, but part of it would be blacked out, and during the alien mission, somebody would step out of darkness and take out 1, 2, 3 of your guys. It was insane how easy it was for that to happen.
Let's go.
As I told you in the last mission, if I were like out of stuff, I could go and look and see what this person has on the ground and pick them up. Like if we were out of our med kits, I could pick up the med kit from this fallen soldier and use it. But we don't need to. There's only that one left, so let's take that, because honestly, I've never investigated the fact, would it pick these up if we finished and didn't pick them up? You know what I mean? Like if I finish the mission, will it pick up all the stuff off the ground? I should have probably researched that before I started this, but so that's the one bad guy left. I've left a few people with Overwatch points, so they're not taking their shots as they move in front of their field of vision. This person's bleeding and only has about 10 points left, so and good guy's bleeding and also dying. It won't be long before this person is no longer with us. Let's take him out. Let's be a little ballsy, get out from under cover and just shoot.
Preparing to fire.
There's only one left. Really? That's crazy. As you see the icons over Jordan's head here, the body is in yellow, damage. The head is red, that's severe damage. You go over here, though, and heal. And they're a bit better.
I got this covered.
Honestly think the bad guy here is going to die at the next turn, so...
Executing.
Can I get it? Not quite over there. Oh well. You want to come out here and shoot anyway? This person's only going to be able to fire off one shot anyway, right? So let's see if we can take him out first. Yep. And that should be the end of the mission. Depending on how many bad guys you shot and what you did in the mission is how many points and experience points you will get. Obviously, Jordan had a few kills. If those points take you up to the next level, it's a good thing. Those are all the points we got. We did lose a person. Sorry. This is for illustration purposes. If you weren't watching right now, I would have probably restarted that mission from the beginning to not lose that guy. And you can do that. That's in the menu. You can just hit restart and it will start you back at the beginning of that particular mission right where you started with everything reset. But the aliens, you will know where they are now. So that is a little bit of a cheat, if you will. But again, I'm trying to illustrate things, so I wouldn't replay a whole mission just so I don't lose a guy. We'll get more guys.
You have done well. The Exalted sends her thanks. And the Synod of Yearning will speak the names of your operatives at morning prayer. Do not feel ashamed of having killed your fellow humans, although you may pity them, for in clinging to the old, they doom the future. The voiceless Hierophant shall judge you when the time is right.
They're now supportive. I'm not big fans, though. Looking at the three factions, you've got, like the let's save the earth and do all natural things. The military, blah, blah, blah. And these are kind of the religious nuts. So that's basically your choices between the three. These are the projects that are still going on. We really need to destroy a Pandoran colony, but that's a big deal. The colonies have a lot more aliens, a lot more bad guys. You need to be pretty beefy. Like I said, I'm a person down now and they're injured. So let's go back to our home base and restock and heal. And we have an enemy invasion at this one down here. I don't know if I can make it, but let's see. First of all, we can recruit. We need some new peeps, that's for sure. And then... just maxed out the willpower. Very hard for this person to be brainwashed. And by the way, I mentioned you can change. I can change hair color, eye color, the voice.
Let's show them what we can do.
Ready.
Receiving.
I'm prepared.
Change the head. Make it male or female. Different hair. Different armor. I mean, and I can change the name. If you want to customize all that stuff, you can do that. And then, I in the old days of XCOM, I used to have a team where it was like Bob, Tom, and I knew every time I made a Bob, he was always the sniper, and every time I made a Tom, it was always the guy with the shotgun or whatever, and so I would know what the people had just by the silly names that I gave them. I like maxing out the willpower. It's very important. Or it will be. She needs a better weapon. That's for sure. But not proficient in any of these, unfortunately. Got a little healing to do. Let's see. These are our strongest people, so we'll... I don't know that we're going to make that. Well, we don't really like them anyway. So, let me see which happens first.
Haven destroyed.
Damn it. Oh, well. Would we like to try a Pandoran nest? Are we at that point? My guys are fully healed. They're fairly strong. They're okay. Let's try a nest. We need to do that to progress farther in the story. These are not easy, people. As you see, it's a medium threat level. But this is an early one, so there may not be as many bad guys. If we run over the 2-hour mark, I'm sorry. I'll try and finish this mission at least. I hope that's okay. Let's see what happens. Now this will look completely different than some of the other missions. This is one of their colonies where they're growing more people to fight me. And like I said, Phoenix Point has a large cast of creatures and characters. They keep, with every update they've added, they have added so much more to the game. I think Arkham is the name of the newest update that I'm playing. I assume that is basically the year 1 edition that's coming out this week. This patch just loaded the other day. I loaded this onto this custom PC I run. I had a fresh install of the game, and I did not load any of my old save games. This was a brand new game. The major differences in this version over previous was like this. You get to see all of what your weapons can do over here. We never had that before. This layout was a little bit different, and you weren't able to see what points they had remaining and things like that. This is pretty much the same. All this other stuff is pretty much the same. So our objectives for this mission is to just destroy all hatching sentinels. You haven't seen a hatching sentinel yet, so let's find one. Enemy spotted. Where? There. There's a hatching sentinel. That's a fireworm egg. Fireworms are interesting. Wait till you see what they do. Little worms come out. They can move pretty much across the land. They don't really attack. They explode and cover the area in alien napalm. Not kidding. Oh, I thought I was moving a different person. That's not good.
Enemy hit.
Moving.
We don't know what's going to come down these hallways. So I kind of spread my guys out and put them in kind of a watch pattern. Circling the group. Kind of. All facing outward, so they can shoot at anything that may come.
Enemy killed.
All right, there's one egg destroyed before the fireworm could come out, and believe me, that's a good thing. The fireworms themselves aren't that bad, and they don't do that much damage, but once you're on fire, it's hard to not be on fire anymore after that, and you take damage recurrently, like bleeding. So we try not to get hit by the fireworms. The good thing about a fireworm is you can usually take them out in one shot. They don't have a lot of... Wow, that brute just came right on through there, didn't he? And he deployed a shield that's supposed to help him. Okay, that wasn't very many guards, so this could be a short mission. I like that. Now, this is where targeting and what PHEONIX Point adds to the XCOM equation. XCOM, like I said, you choose an aim shot. You could choose an aim shot, a quick shot, a hip shot, that kind of thing. With this one, you can let the guy shoot, or I can target specific things. Now, he's got a shield, and it's very hard to do damage on that shield. If you could target the arm holding the shield, or a leg so they can't move, that kind of thing, you actually do more damage than just shooting the shield. I aimed for the arm, but I was doing enough damage with that big old weapon that it killed him outright. Moving right along.
Moving.
So, like the previous games, and more so than the missions you've seen so far, areas of the map are blacked out until you can see them. I love that. I love not knowing what's around the corner. Now, a lot of these nests early in the game look exactly the same. Even though this is all randomized, they don't vary a whole lot in how they lay out. Just because there's only so much you can do with this cave stuff, I guess.
Repositioning.
But there are some of these that, especially when you get farther along, the map is quite detailed and expansive. When you get to the bigger colonies, it's like an underground world here, and you'll step out on a plateau, and it's like one of those old dinosaur movies where you climb under the ground and come out of a cave, and all of a sudden there's sunlight and plants, and what the hell is all this, you know, and dinosaurs and such. I don't know that we'll get to that today, but the next time I do this game.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Now, I'm toying with the idea of making this a regular thing, this particular game. I really play it a lot. I play XCOM a lot. And I've started playing this a lot because I wanted to see what the latest patch and all that did. And like I said, I've never finished a game. I've never completed a game of PHEONIX Point in the year that over a year that I've been playing it. Since the early versions came out and such. Those creatures can mind control you. They move quick. They will hug your face like in the Alien movies. And they will mind control and control your dude and use him against you. Not enough points to do anything else, unfortunately. Bloodworm. Missed it. Crap. It can still walk over here and set us on fire. Let's move if we can. Because he will come over here and then explode, and then like this whole area in the first turn will be on fire, and then the second turn this whole area will be on fire, and the fire will grow a little bit for a couple of turns. So watch out for the fireworms. Like I said, very easy to kill, very deadly if you don't. Big pain. How many is it going to take to kill this guy?
Shot went wide. Couldn't connect the shot. I'm on Overwatch.
Moving.
Got the fireworm. Yay.
I got this covered.
Another fireworm coming, but we left an Overwatch and no.
Moving to coordinates.
Let's go. Hold in position.
Got this covered.
So if you have any questions
Repositioning.
about the game, turn-based strategy, or anything else, you can put them in the comments below where you're watching this. I will be putting up the replay of this on my YouTube channel. And with all things, you can always search ROCKFILE or hashtag ROCKFILE. You'll find me somewhere. But yeah, the idea was to help people in deciding on whether or not they want this game. This is coming to consoles for the first time. And I would like it to be successful so this company continues to make more money, more games.
Holding position.
They have been amazing at working on this game over the last couple of years. I played an early version. They told us in the beginning that it had bugs and wasn't, and it was still a lot of fun. But yeah, it was a bit rough. But we knew that from the get-go, and I was happy to give them some money so they could continue making what they made. Then when the full game finally came out for PC last year, really enjoyed it. But like I said, they kept releasing patches, and I was never able to finish a game because I would always have to restart.
Ready to fire.
And I didn't have to restart, but I restarted because the game had changed so much. I mean, there was one point they completely changed the opening of the game, so you had to restart. You know, I mean, come on. This is the first time encountering one of these taller hatching sentinels. They will hatch more bad guys and call the bad guys to action. So taking them out as quick as possible is a good thing. So there's probably only 2 guys left. This Centurion dude, which we'll take out pretty quick. And he's dead. Some Overwatch. Go ahead and start sending people to help out the rest of the team here. Look at that. We passed the 2-hour point. I thought it'd be hard to talk this long. But I do really like turn-based strategy games. I do really like the XCOM games. Probably my favorite of all time. And I really like PHEONIX Point. I think he's taken everything we like about XCOM and put it into a modern game that has a different storyline. You know, like I said, there's some more Cthulhu-type elements as we get to larger creatures and these crab-like things and what they mutate into, and the origins of the viruses causing the mutations is also part of the story. Oh, there's another egg. Oh, crap. Okay, so we weren't almost done. The eggs will eventually hatch and those fireworms will come out, so we need to fly. Okay, but since it moves so quick, that's probably the last of what we gotta do. So that's kind of when you throw caution to the wind and move everybody quickly.
Preparing to fly.
When you know that the mission's almost done, that the computer doesn't take long to finish. Bye-bye. You can start moving your guys around willy-nilly because you know nobody's going to pop out of the darkness and shoot them in the face. If you're lucky. So we're just trying to get to that egg up there so we can take it out and finish this mission. I think that's the last of the hatching sentinels. I'm putting Overwatch on in case the egg hatches and a fireworm comes out. I Again, if you can shoot the fireworm before it gets to you, you will survive the experience. If the fireworm gets up next to you and explodes, you start taking damage immediately from the fire, and you take damage every turn after that, at least for the first couple of turns. So avoid at all costs the fireworms. If you
Let's do this.
Funny that sniper has enough for an Overwatch sniper shot, but not a regular sniper shot. Oh, there's another one. Oh, the shield bearers, as you see this location, bad guys will continue to come out until I take out that last egg. So, stay on guard. Always put guys on Overwatch to help. Also, if you see, like, bad guy guards can come from this area, you'll want to leave somebody over there with Overwatch aimed that way.
Moving to position.
Can we target the egg yet? Okay, you saw the egg is preparing to launch a worm.
Nice!
We're going to try and keep that from happening. Crapola.
I'm on the move.
Not that we need to kind of circle around, but why not? Since we've got time and really only one bad guy left. Until more come. And that's it for the egg, so if we can take out this guy, we should be done. And I don't know why I hate to shoot.
Let's roll. Right there. I'll keep my eyes open.
Acquiring target.
Who do you want to shoot?
Gotcha. Zooming in. We got
Should be the
them.
end of the mission. No, we have another egg, I guess. Crap.
Be right there.
Well, time to go a little willy-nilly again.
I see them.
There we go. That didn't take so long. Now that one has a mind fragger in it instead of a fireworm, and those are the ones that will be face huggers and jump on your face like Alien and take over your soldier. That one's almost dead, so it's going to launch on the next turn. It will come out of the egg. Yep. And obviously it can run a lot further. Oh no. Hopefully that was also the last egg. Now, you can shoot the thing off the face without hurting your dude. It's not easy.
Moving out.
But if you're not careful, they will auto-shoot your guy.
Repositioning. Prioritizing speed.
Sometimes you run your guys
Target in sight.
through because they will see things they haven't seen yet. And there's one of those over there, so we got to go over here.
Let's do this.
Well, I was a little premature on this whole thing, wasn't I? I usually try and keep my sniper guys where they can see everything that's going on. So that sends out a signal to all the eggs that haven't hatched yet to hatch, but I think they'd all hatch, so we're probably okay there. No, wait a minute. I shot the thing off, but he was still acting as a bad guy? That's not exactly fair, is it?
Let's roll. Moving. Need a moment.
Need a moment. I like it. The voice acting, minimal that it is pretty darn good. If you could have seen the game in its unfinished form and to what it is now, it's quite a smooth experience for the most part, except for that one little cheat we saw there a minute ago. I'm sure there's an explanation for it in the rules somewhere.
Got this
I
covered.
don't think Overwatch works on stationary things.
I'm on the move.
But a heavier duty weapon should take this out quicker. There we go. And it's the end of the mission. So that was a big one. A Pandoran nest is a pretty big deal. As you can tell, it was a little longer, a little more involved. But everybody survived. That's a good thing. And that will unlock some other things as far as the storyline goes and things you can research and things like that. Now we know what is in one of their hatcheries, one of their nests. That if they grow these things from eggs, then they hatch. Whether it be the face hugger or the fire worm. So this has been an introduction to Phoenix Point. Like I said, I'm thinking about toying with doing this regularly, like maybe an hour at night or something, since I'm going to be going to bed anyway, and just playing this. So I'll look into doing that, make it a regular thing if you want to tune in and follow my progress of this game. Since I've never finished one before, it might be fun. So this is a nice screen. It'll tell you that you need to replenish some of the magazines for some of the guys that were on the mission. You can just hit, that was something they added, that you could just from that screen, just add it, which is great. Now you see we have some new things. Since we ran into a mine fragger, we took the body back, so we're going to autopsy that. We now know what the Sentinel is. So see, more research, and you can just add these. And your research team will continue to research them as the game progresses. We had somebody go up a level. He's got 80 points to spend. I'm not much into the melee attacks with these big guys. I probably should be because of the larger weapons, they don't move as far as, say, a sniper weapon or something like that. Matter of fact, go ahead. Because they don't move far, they tend to get into more hand-to-hand situations. Look at that. Pretty powerful now at 5th level. Things are almost maxed out. Perception's accuracy is down. We'll have to look into that. Isabella needs some ammo. We got ammo. Okay. And that's that. Everybody's golden. All right. Let's go back to the base so people can heal up.
The disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
Wow, they just get beat up all the time. Now, I can go do another protection meeting if I want. And this is where later in the game, when you have multiple bases going, and you have multiple ships that can go investigate and multiple groups of soldiers that can go fight, then you can go, like when one guy's going back, you can send out another mission. But this is very early in the game. I only have the one plane and the one base fully equipped. The other bases have not yet. So then it becomes do I want to rush up here and save these people? Do I want to just stay here and rest? Do I want to go do this one that's starting to run out of time? You have options. I have more exploration to do, obviously. So those are all decisions that need to be made on the fly while it's going. Now, as a turn-based game, you can stop even the real-time part. This part moves in real time if I let it. But I can pause it, and I can think about going to do another help mission. Don't know that I really want to. I'm getting too close to those guys, and I really... On my previous playthroughs, I'm not a big fan of the military guys. They seem, whatever. But you also see how their population is. And how many havens they have. They're the biggest. So, do you align with them because they're the biggest? Questions. Well, my people really need to heal. And I need more people. Now, these 4 people are sitting at this base, and we only have one vehicle here. So I can make another Manticore. It's very pricey, obviously. It will cost 10 days to make, but can have 6 people in it. And here's one of the little cars I told you about. I don't know why you want one of those, but I guess down the road. I haven't really done much with scrapping items. Let's see how much this gives us. Shotguns, I really don't like these. I mean, I like grenades, but we have magazines for weapons we don't have. So you can scrap them and reclaim some of the items from them. So that gave us a little bit more stuff. And that, my friends, is your preview for at least a teeny snippet of PHEONIX Point. It'll be out in a Year 1 edition on Steam. You can add it to your wish list right now, and you'll be notified when it's available this week. You can do the same thing on an Xbox and a PlayStation as well. So go look for PHEONIX Point if you're interested in playing. I'm thinking about doing another mission just because I'm enjoying this, and there's not much going on this Sunday afternoon. But my guys need to heal, and I'm going to let this base go if it goes. They're the biggest. They can lose some bases, right? And you'll see as time progresses, they heal. I do need to get one of the better planes. You have planes that can carry more than 6 people. Okay, they were able to repel the attack. We didn't lose that haven. How cool is that? It doesn't always happen that way, but that's one of the things when you click on it and you see what the information is, you can make the call. If there's a good chance they might survive, then you don't go. Why waste the resources on it? But if there's a chance they won't survive and it's somebody you're working with and you want them to continue to help you and grow, then you should probably go try and do the mission. Now, this is the overrun mission for New Jericho. Not a big fan of the New Jericho people. We'll listen. So now we have a new mission.
Smart move, Mikhail. Your betrayal of Synadrian will bring benefits to both of us. The Malthusian faction never belonging with those deluded idealists anyway. Like the Phoenix Project, they cannot understand the true horrors. The horrors of the world because they've never seen it. The misguided dreams they surround themselves with are dangerous, leading humanity to a dead end. For the sake of the future, they must be exterminated. Exterminated! Again and again and again. You, though, have shown us that you have what it takes to begin anew. It's almost impressive how well Synadrian scientists have adapted New Jericho's technology. In a few months, they've achieved more than the West could in decades. And still those that lead them suffer the same fallacy as he did. They are not prepared for total conversion, abandoning flesh to embrace the machine. You have 24 hours to remove your conspirators from the research area. When we attack, all will be gunned down. Gunned down! After that, the second renaissance will begin. Beginning and end. Alpha and Omega. You'll have your chance to break from Synadrion, and Tobias West and the other cowards will be purged away. Just don't try to cross us, Mikhail. If this turns out to be a trap, we'll still get the technology. And the Malthusians will be added to the extinction list.
Ooh, sounds important. Now, this was a mission I got before that. That just unlocked another mission on the map elsewhere, but I'm going to this one because it's been telling us to go to this one for a little while. Why does it say I need... Okay, we have the independent machine gun. We have the independent machine gun magazine. Okay. I think we're okay. I'm feeling okay. Let's go. The story missions are a little bit different than the random missions. Just protecting a base, those all kind of play out the same. The bases will be different, and the people that are fighting with you will be different, things like that. And who they're fighting against will be different. But the story missions are all fairly unique. Maps may start out looking the same, but different things will open up different. I don't want to give anything away. I'm so early in the game, I haven't given you a single spoiler for things you won't see in the first couple hours. So, other than maybe some of the weapons and stuff you'll unlock later. And are there a lot of secrets? Well, there's some plot twists. Definitely in the XCOM games, there were plot twists, especially in the recent EA XCOM games, not the originals. At least one scientist must survive. That will tell you that this is going to be pretty hard. The map is not huge, but you see it's completely different than any other kind of map we've been on so far today. Climb that ladder. Get up there. Put snipers as high as you can. It's a good thing. There's people we need to rescue in there.
Let's do.
There's an enemy down there, but he doesn't have any points left. So I'll leave him right there. These people that just have pistols, I'm going to go ahead and let them go try and rescue.
Making haste!
Because the pistols only do about 10 points of damage a shot, as opposed to the assault rifles and things like that. And we know we have to rescue at least one scientist, so I'm going to at least send one person out.
Be right there!
Rescue scientists while I'm defending everybody else.
On the double.
So like before, we only have so many points we can move with. Something I haven't showed you yet, some of the guys have jetpacks. And if I hit this, I can jump anywhere where those dots are. Which is kind of cool. He lost will points because I guess it freaks you out to do this, but it's a quick way to get across the map and prepare for the onslaught.
Running.
Now, like any of these turn-based games, when you tell it to take its turn, that will give you an indication of how many people you're up against. The longer it takes for them to take their turn, the more enemies you have to deal with. And if you can see most of the move and see how long it takes, you can kind of estimate, okay, maybe there's 5 guys, or maybe there's 4 guys. I would say on this one, there's not that many.
Target in sight.
I can't hit it yet.
Let's do this.
All right, now we have it red. And disable the leg. It's going to be hard for that creature to move. Let's turn the map and see where we're going here. What we're trying to do with this person is get inside the building and
Sprinting
rescue
to position.
some scientists. Not worried about setting them up on a fire,
I see them.
but then that happens.
No time to waste.
So I left that guy behind a half cover position, full cover.
Couldn't connect the shot.
Every little bit helps in these kind of games. Phoenix Point is fairly complicated. I mean, there are tutorials, and you can start off on an easy level, and it will, it'll take a while to get going, and you can learn how it goes. But if you want to get some practice in on turn-based strategy games, try the XCOM games. The current EA games are very, very good.
Ready to fire.
Almost as good as the classic ones, which, like I said, not always easy for you to play because they're all fast-paced games. And I would recommend playing the originals just for the sake of saying you played them. But that being said, the current versions that are available on PlayStation and Xbox, as well as PC, are definitely worth playing. To teach you a little bit more about how turn-based strategy games work, and plus the story is interesting and all that too. Now, it seems there's a bad guy on this level, which doesn't make any sense. But there were good guys.
Moving
in here,
to position.
No.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I thought there were. Really? You're that close and you missed. That's sad. Isabel. I think it would be dead by now. The purple means they're infected. If you didn't see that when it hit, that's why. You are one tough son of a bitch. So that's me controlling one of the civilians, getting them out so I can finish my requirements of at least one scientist who must survive. Like I said, each mission is something different. There's rescue missions, there's just you know. There's a few missions that are hold out for 3 turns, and they send just a ton of guys after you. And all you have to do is hold out for 3 turns, and then you get rescued. Mind controlled. See, I told you, very important to have, and he keeps healing. So this is a really tough dude. And now that he's mind controlled one of my soldiers, that soldier will now fire and act on their turn instead of my turn until I take out the person who mind controlled, which I will do immediately.
Heading out. Enemy in visual range.
Moving to position.
So you're getting this so far? Now see, we don't want to target our own guy. We want to target the guy that's mind controlling, because if we kill the person that's mind controlling, he won't be mind controlled anymore. Out of ammo. Got to reload.
Target down.
And that now he's panicked, but no longer mind controlled. This is a good thing. And look at this thing here. Requirements. That's weird. This is going to take a while to render. Once I finish these Twitch things, when I did the first one, it was about 30 minutes. And then when you're done, it has to render and save it as a file so I can upload it to YouTube. That was 30 minutes. This is 2.5 hours. This will take a while. My poor PC. I got a hard drive that's filling up. But I wanted to see. These are all tests for things I'm going to be doing later on, by the way. I will continue to Twitch games and stuff, but I have other plans. And I wanted to test this technology because I've never used anything like this before. So I'm glad it's working. At least it appears to be working. Is it still working? It is. All right, it's my turn. We need to secure the area. Let's
moving to position.
Should have used a grenade. If I could have gotten it that far, I would have damaged both of them. Okay, that's strange. That's another new thing it started doing, pausing and showing me where the alien is. I'm not sure why that's happening.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Double time.
So as you see, I keep my guys behind cover as much as possible. Those grunts were people bleeding out. They continue to take damage. killed one of the civilians, I think.
I got this covered.
I've got to be quick!
On the move.
We lost a person. These guys are not in the best places. Unfortunately, I don't need them in the greatest places to protect us. And it looked like there were two more up in that building. So we'll take a look at
Moving to position.
Providing overwatch.
Moving.
That's a really bad place to put him, by the way.
Taking aim.
Oh,
I'll get him
really
next
hurts.
time.
Total miss. So yeah, if you think it'd be anything you'd be interested in, I could regularly just stream this for an hour or so in increments, and you can follow my progress. I think that's that would be interesting. I don't know. I don't know that this is the most interesting game to watch them play, but I've tried to keep the conversation to keep it interesting to watch for anybody that's still around. Ow. Yeah, I told you it wasn't good. He's still recovering. The guy that was mind controlled is recovering, and that's not good. So with the noise symbol there, it means something is there. This is something that's not always highlighted, but when you start losing willpower, you can spend a turn and get your willpower back up. Since they were mind controlled, that's why they lost the will to fight or whatever.
Count to 10.
And sometimes you can take a minute to heal people, and fix their willpower, that kind of stuff. Help them finish the mission kind of thing. Not going to be easy for him to get up. Aha, where did that come from?
Overwatching.
There really shouldn't be that many guys left.
Sprinting to position.
Yeah. See, the red wasn't a bad
Moving
guy.
to
It was just
position.
somebody else to save. Shocking.
Sprinting!
Moving out.
Dashing ahead. I've got a visual.
And no points left to do anything with. Great. Is that the civilian? Yes. We talked about those melee weapons. Yeah. Doesn't have a gun. He's got a big axe to swing. So I'm sending my sniper down to help with this dude. I'll send him in here to help with this dude.
Right there. Preparing to fire.
Wow, I'm not doing much damage at all. That's terrible. Sorry, this took a little longer than I thought. I hope you're still in. All right, let's take the last of these guys out and get on with our lives.
Moving to position.
End of the mission. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this preview of what you have in store if you pick up PHEONIX Point. Wow, Lionheart died. That was a big one. Like I said, you can replay the mission if you lose somebody. You could just go into the menu and hit restart, and it will start that mission all over at the very, very beginning of the mission. And you can give it a second run through, which I have been known to do. But like I said, PHEONIX Point will be available. The Year 1 edition will be on PC this week. It's no longer an exclusive. I think you can get it just about anywhere. They were telling me to put it on Steam. For the first year, it was on Epic. So now it's on Steam. Add that to your wish list. I believe it comes out on the 3rd. And I'm not sure when the console drop is, but probably Thursday or Friday. You'll be able to get it on the Xbox or the PlayStation. Because we did that, we now have new research available. We have some new things we need to replenish, but we didn't have enough to do so. And there you have it. That's the gist of the early part of PHEONIX Point. There is a lot more to go. As you see, the Earth is now down to 88% of surviving human population. We're not doing so well, but we need to continue to strive to save the Earth. I have not, in any of the games I've played, been able to go to the other sides of the map yet. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And like I said, let me plan out this week and see what's going on. And I'll try and do maybe a daily Twitch where we pop in for an hour or two and play some missions, and you can see how it's all going. But this is PHEONIX Point. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave any questions, comments, or suggestions below, and I will definitely see you again real soon. Thanks for checking out my Twitch.